Well, just like that, we've owned our Buick Envista for exactly 1 year and 1 week today. Seems like we just bought the damn thing. All right, let's roll the intro, get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So yeah, just like that, we've had the car for over a year, just under 15,000 miles. If you follow the channel, it's been interesting. Car's been fine. We got in an accident in January, was in the shop for 6 months, but we were still able to put, like I said, almost 15,000 miles on the car. We drive a lot. So if this thing wasn't in the shop, we'd easily be about 30,000 miles already. Like I said, we take this car everywhere. So a few quick things from the forums I see about the car all the time and common issues. Knock on wood, we have not experienced any of them. The front fascia with a tow hook attaches, the little piece kind of falls off on some of them. We have not experienced that or any other molding coming off the car. It's been fine. Even sat outside for 6 months. No mechanical issues whatsoever. Car still rides just fine. No issues there. Very minimal turbo lag. I notice it, my wife doesn't, but it's not a big deal. I know one of the big talking points has been the AC. In these cars, about 1% of these things, the AC blower motor, not the blower motor, but the blend air vents tend to get stuck and you lose your AC. We have not experienced that. Long story short, all the things that people get angry about on forums, issues and stuff, maybe we've been lucky, we have not experienced anything. The car's been pretty rock solid. And long story short, if you don't want to stick around for the full review, you're just curious if an owner after 1 year and this many miles would buy the car again, yes, we would buy it again. Yes, it's a good value. It's not the highest quality car you can buy, and it's really not the least either. It's a good middle of the road, and for what you pay, you get a lot. Trust me. So after 1 year of ownership, I'll take you through the car. I'll show you how everything looks. I've done 2 oil changes. This is probably the easiest car to do an oil change. You can do it in about 7 minutes. It's a joke, and you can do it for about $26. It's pretty laughable. I got a video on that if you're curious. So we'll go to the car. We'll start in the back, go to the rear seats, go to the front, show you wear and tear and stuff. Show you my average miles per gallon over 1 year, and give you my final thoughts on the guy. Sound good? Cool. Yeah, I figured you guys don't want to hear me talk. You want to see how it looks after a year and 15,000 miles and some abuse. The most abuse is probably the back hatch here, because we just kind of throw everything back when we're on the go. The exterior has not been cleaned in 2 weeks. The interior I did probably 4 days ago. So yes, there is some noticeable wear on top of this carpet here. Like I said, we're kind of rough with it. We throw all kinds of stuff, and we got skateboards in there, you name it. So, but overall, it's wearing fine. This isn't the highest quality plastic back here, so there are some boogers on it. You could take a heat gun to it and get them off if you really wanted to, but no one's ever gonna really see back here. One thing I do want to replace is all the lights with LEDs, which I will do that eventually. But yeah, no issues back here. Nothing weird to report. We did get a brand new lift gate installed. Like I said, we got an accident, so this had to be replaced. The rear bumper, all the little sensors inside. They had to do a little bit of structural work inside, not that much, but they did a really good job, especially color matching. It's dead on, you can't even tell. All right, let's go to the back seats now. All right, so yes, and obviously we have 2 kids. We have a 3-month-old and a 5-year-old. I'll show you how that setup looks. All right, one complaint in the back, and I touched on this when I first got the car a year ago. I'm not a huge fan of the rear door cards. They're very plain, and this rear door just seems a lot lighter, kind of chintzy when you close it. I'm thinking about taking the door card off and putting some kill mat on both sides, give it some weight and quality feel. Anyways, that's for another video, another time. Anyways, here's how we're looking back here. Hopefully you can see it okay. This back seat takes a lot of abuse from our 5-year-old daughter, which sits right here. And then our son, he gets just thrown in there in his little car seat, so he's pretty easy right now. I love the fact that there's no hump back here, because this is exclusively a front-wheel drive car. And a lot of people assume it's electric because of that, and it's so quiet. But no, it's nice. A lot of leg room back here. The back is a little narrow, but we knew that going into it, and so far the leather, I'm not even sure if it's real leather, it feels nice. It's holding up just fine. And believe it or not, with both car seats in here, my wife, she's little, she can still fit in the seat in the middle, so we can still fit someone else with us, both the kids and my wife right there. Not for long distances, but she can do it. And just for continuity, I'll show you the other side too. This side doesn't get nearly as beat up because, you know, my son, he's little. But yeah, everything's just fine. It still smells new in here, which is pretty cool after a year. Yeah, like I said, if you have a tiny adult, they can still fit in the middle. And yes, there still is a seatbelt. All right, coming up front here. Yeah, I don't know why the front, I mean, they're a little bigger. It's got just more quality weight and better material on here. I just like it better up here. So yeah, the leather is wearing just fine, no real issues. So yeah, after 15,000 miles, here's how the front of your cabin will look. I take really good care of our cars. We have 4 cars. Everyone at least once a month gets a deep clean. So this will get washed tomorrow. Like I said, the interior I did a couple days ago. But if you take care of it, it'll look good. 15,000 miles, so it looks brand new. I really still like this dash. It's really neat. People are like, what is that? I'm like, I have no idea. But it feels nice, looks cool, and it fits the aesthetic of the car just fine. The shifter, the piano black, and around this cup holders, it does nick and scratch. I can probably take some rubbing compound to it and get all the little nicks off there. This is wearing pretty good right there, no issues there at all. Go over to the driver's seat, and what you'll see the most owning this car, the driver's seat here, where you would normally see a lot of wear and tear, very minimal. We do go to the beach a lot. My wife wears a lot of suntan lotion. She's fair-skinned, so she tends to get suntan lotion on everything. So it's my job to get it off, but not a big deal. Go ahead and sit down here. So everything still looks brand new. It still smells brand new in here. And I'm curious to see my miles per gallon, what we've been averaging here. All right, so yeah, so combined over the last year and total life of the car, we've averaged 35 miles per gallon. Or is it 34? Regardless, we get really good gas mileage on this guy. No complaints at all. The car is very quiet. It's a 3-cylinder turbo. When you're in the car, especially outside, like not in the garage, and you start the car, windows up, with the HVAC's on, you don't even know the car's on. So it's very quiet. This is the Avenir trim. I think it's a little quieter than the ST and the Preferred, and has a more special rear suspension. This thing drives very nice. No complaints about the drive. But yeah, overall, again, this is not a top-of-the-line Mercedes. It's an entry-level Buick, but the quality's been fine. It's not the best quality you're going to find in the automotive industry right now. I know that, and we knew that buying it. Again, this car was $30,000 with every freaking option. You know what I mean? I think for 2025, they've only gone up like $500, so very minimal as far as the premium you got to pay to get one of these things, you know. And you still don't see them very often. I might see one a month here in Virginia Beach area. I don't see them very much, especially in the Avenir trim. So cool. That's a quick look at the car, and we'll sit down real quick and I'll give you my pros and cons after 1 year. So there you go. A quick little overview of how the car looks after 1 year and 15,000 miles. And like I said, it wouldn't be unheard of if the car didn't an accident. We would have 30,000 miles easily on this guy. So some pros and cons after owning the thing for a year. Like I said, we would still buy it again. It's a great value. We've had no issues outside of the accident, which was not the car's fault or our fault at all. So some cons real quick. The car is narrow. Again, we knew that. If you're larger people, I don't mean that in a shitty way, but if cargo space is a premium for you, this might not be the car for you. If you have a small family, it's more than enough. Some of the interior quality is questionable, mostly in the rear and the front. There's no issue. It matches the price point perfectly, if not more than what it should be. Turbo lag from a stop. I always turn off the auto start stop. I can't stand that feature in any car. After like 2018, they had to have it. I always turn it off. Even with that off, there is noticeable turbo lag from a start. I notice if I just kind of creep for a second, keep it hovering at like 1200 RPM, then take off, no turbo lag. My wife doesn't notice. I think it's just a car thing. I'm really in the car, so I know turbo lag, but it's a non-issue. It would be nice if it was all-wheel drive, but they have plenty of other cars in the Buick lineup that are all-wheel drive. So this, to me, is kind of like a car that's just taller. I guess a crossover, I'm trying to say. But yeah, it would be nice with all-wheel drive, but not a deal breaker for us. Yeah, those are the biggest cons, if you will. They're not really huge deal breakers for us, but here's some things we really like about the car a year later. The cost. I still can't believe this car only cost $30,000. It still feels more expensive than what it is. The gas mileage is incredible. We mostly bought it for the gas mileage because my wife drives a lot. And 30 and the advertised 32 highway was perfect for us, but we're actually getting 3 to 4 on top of that, so it's outstanding. And it takes regular fuel, regular 87, which is outstanding. Maintenance on this thing is super easy. Like I said, doing oil changes is a breeze. When you do spark plug changes, it's only 3, so that's cheaper. I can tell by doing the airbox, the filter, that's gonna be super simple. Everything's so tiny, easy to get to. So as far as maintenance, I don't see a huge issue in the future outside of huge catastrophic, internal failure or something. And the warranty on this guy is pretty good. I think you get 5 years, 60,000 mile powertrain, which is pretty cool. I still love the design. People still ask, they're like, what is that? And like, it's a Buick. That's a Buick? Like, yeah, it's a Buick. I still can't believe we bought a Buick. It's weird. But no, the design's really cool. It looks a lot faster than it is. It looks like a sports car, but it's not at all. But it looks really cool. And I know the interior was a con, but also a pro too. I like it. Everything's laid out nice. Seats are super freaking comfortable. I do wish that it had power on the passenger side as well, but it's whatever. And it had cooled or ventilated seats. It's got heated seats. It's fine. I did like in the winter last year using the heated steering wheel. It's very nice. It works just fine. And I still can't believe how quiet the car is on the highway speeds. Like doing 60 or 70 on the interstate, windows up and the radio on just a little bit. It's whisper quiet. It's so quiet. I don't know how they do it. I know they have some kind of weird noise canceling thing. I don't know how it works, but it works and it sounds really good. I just can't believe how quiet the car is. Yeah, that's our 1 year experience with the Buick Envista. Looks cool, no mechanical issues, awesome gas mileage, easy to work on, and it's just a fun little good family cruiser. I say fun lightly. It's not really a fun car to drive, but it's a very comfortable car to drive. So if you guys are still hung up or curious about getting one, there are some issues out there I see in forums, but I think by 2025 model year, they will be rectified. And the parts issue, getting parts, is getting better. Ours took 6 months for a freaking lift gate, or I think they got it down to about 2 months now. So any issues you do have with your Envista, the supply chain is finally catching up. So cool, guys. And again, I still can't believe this, my first video on the review of this thing, it's like the 3rd highest viewed video on my channel. It's a Corvette channel. It makes no sense. So that's why I'm doing a follow-up for you guys. So I figured you guys would want to see this. And future maintenance, I'll be doing the car periodically as it comes up. I'll be filming it and putting it out for you guys. So cool, that's all I got for today. And I'm gonna do a fun video on the Envista like a week or two, like 20 tips, tricks, and secrets. I found a lot of good stuff online, just using the car and looking through the owner's manual. A lot of interesting things I didn't know. And I think you guys will enjoy this video coming up next week. So cool. That's all I got for today, boys and girls. I'll catch you guys next time. Mark out.